Hey out there, everybody. Happy Sunday. Today's Sunday, and wanted to share with you some thoughts with you from the week. And one of the things that I love most about my job is I get the chance to work with so many talented and smart, interesting people, and it gives me the opportunity to learn from a lot of different people. And I was working with one of my clients, and he and I were walking through his facility, and he noticed an employee walk past a piece of paper on the ground. And he stopped the employee, and I was watching from a few minutes or a few feet away, and I was listening to the conversation. And he said, Joe, I just noticed you walked over that piece of paper. How come?" And the employee just looked at the piece of paper, didn't really respond to anything, and looked at it again and said, "Well, I didn't put the paper there. I didn't drop it. That's not my paper." And the colleague that I was working with said, "Okay, well, I want you to look at it differently from now on, please." He said, "What I see when I see a piece of paper on the floor is a failure. I don't assume that somebody threw the paper on the ground. I assume that it fell off a piece of equipment or somebody dropped it by mistake, but it is a failure, right? And it's not the workplace that we want. It's not up to our standards. And so what I want you to think about from now on, what I want all of us to think about, is we don't walk past failure." And I thought that was a great principle, because what happens if you think about a site with 100 people in it, if every person picked up one piece of paper a day, right? And sometimes it's a big piece of paper, sometimes it's a little piece of paper, sometimes it's a piece of debris from a pallet or a box that a computer came in. Those kinds of things that we just allow to pile up over time, the way he thinks about it, and I tend to agree, is a failure, right? It's not where it's supposed to be. It shouldn't be in the middle of the floor. And so when you walk past those things, you're basically accepting them as it's okay. So food for thought: if you see somebody doing something and you don't call it out, it's the same as embracing it. It's the same as endorsing it and saying that's okay, instead of saying, "Hey, that's not up to our standards. Let's do better in the future." So hope it helps. Have a great whatever day it is that you're watching this. Talk soon.